dokie, welcome back, and wouldn't you know it, I blew another $25 on this shit because I couldn't stop, guys. I've been thinking about order flow, old fashioned OF, OnlyFans, whatever you want to call this stuff. I've been thinking about it. So we're back in ATAS, and let's just get right into it. I didn't trade today, but I thought instead of another just boring video about price action, let's look at order flow. I was away for a while, so we're looking at 126. That's the last Monday in January. We got the DOM up. I don't know if it's going to do any good. Maybe it'll do bad, actually. But let's see. This is what I'm really excited about. Is the 1 hour volume profile. We have this big node. I'm looking for supply and demand zones. We have this big node up here that created a pop down right here. Okay. We bounced out of there. Okay, great. We might redraw this if we get up here. But what also happened was this volume node here, not as big as this one, but still a volume node, created this pop down. We came back up to it and we popped down again. So I want to see what happens here first if we do get up there. It's at like 940 right now, so I drew out the 5-minute opening range. That's what that is. As for the bottom, the bottom of this and the bottom of this, there's clearly some kind of like shelf in terms of demand zones. Whoops. Clearly some kind of shelf going on here. That was a wick and a half, holy moly. But we're just obviously popping the heck out of there. So let's keep this thing on. We'll give it a little bit of leeway just in case it comes back down there. But let's see about that. So those are the two I'm concerned with right now. And then we have our classic 1 minute and 5 minute. Yeah, let's just start moving. And if we get down to maybe, this is interesting. I should probably be watching this. There's a little bit of volume. It might just bounce out of this altogether. I'd love to see it go down to the midline there, but it might just get the fuck out of there once and for all. And we do have big trades and absorption on, so maybe we'll look at that absorption level and this one as precision areas within our bigger volume area. We're getting absorption right now, and a big trade, and that do we want to short this? This DOM is not telling me anything right now, but the big trade, the absorption at the top, being in this zone, this looks like a passive seller up here. Do I want to short this? Do I? Let's wait for this guy to close and just see how we feel. We can do 30-second candles. I'm excited about this stuff, man. We had a really bullish reaction off the top of this, though, so that's one thing to think about. I'm not trying to be patient here, but this DOM is not helping.
Yeah, did you get it all that?
I got 5 on it.
I forgot I had those. That's really great.
I got 5 on it.
Okay. And if we pump through this absorption up here, we're seeing that guy get
Did you get that
activated,
thing
but
all
not,
down?
not enough to keep it down. So, yeah, this reaction off the top is happening. It's happening right now. These guys are pushing through. And what do we want to look for? Do we want to look for a bounce out of this area again? Like what's happening right now? Building volume higher? Am I getting too excited? You know? Okay. That's big volume. Might have to let this just kind of process out a little bit here. Big volume. You know, is this like this kind of just looks like consolidation and absorption maybe. Maybe we try another short. What do we think? Let's see how it reacts at this pocket, if it can get up there. Which right now it's not even getting up there. And I'm just watching this shelf form. And not a lot of interest up there. You can see that.
Yeah, did you get it
Sell
all
this
down?
for a second.
I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it.
Let's sell the lack of interest, the consolidation, the absorption, the big trade. Too many signals? Maybe. Maybe. And it's really creeping on our...
Did you get that thing all down?
It's creeping on that shit, man. So, not trading at the right levels. Being a little reactive. Let's pull back a little bit. This bullishness is pushing through smaller signs of bearishness. So let's see. Let's wait for something at a good level. Which is what I should have been doing. Here we are at a level. Some more absorption coming up. There's some bullishness finally showing up. And there's that top note right up here. There's that top note. And let's remind ourselves what this big box is here. Hello? Okay. Oh yeah, I remember this one. The old 1 hour just not working. I don't think I can make a new one, so kind of SOL on this. But we're also not quite up to this high where it bounced off of whatever was happening here. So, maybe Maybe this is good enough. Maybe not. Maybe we have to get up there. I love it when that happens. Big trade. There's nothing but blue up here. And if this blue gets offsides, that would be nice for sells. I don't know why I'm so bearish right now. Yeah, sometimes the A-test just genuinely doesn't work. Still moving higher. There's a lot of volume. There's a lot of volume.
Yeah, did you get it oiled up?
I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it.
Did you get that thing oiled down?
Too excited. Gotta wait for it to close. And this right here is where I would draw a 1 minute demand zone based on price action. And there's a lot going on here. So maybe, but this also obviously had a lot going on. So maybe it bids again here. Now that we've taken like 3 L's on the short side, a little bit of consolidation, and there's a little bit of a bounce. Let's see, does that want to turn upwards? Not turning up yet. Maybe down here. It was a big red passive buyer at 849. Right there. I didn't even see that. Let's see if they bid this again. Big volume just came in right there. That looks like an aggressive buyer. And he's adding.
Yeah, did you get it oiled up?
I got 5 on it.
See that big blue? See if that guy's meaning business here. Popped up right there on the DOM. You might not be able to see that, but you can see the big volume here. keep testing this gentleman. You know, I'd say it looks like a taper underneath him. Is that an unfinished auction? I don't know. But that big guy down here is starting to get some motion. Let's see what happens here. That volume's moving higher.
Did you get that thing all down?
Man, had that moving for us, and then nah. Damn, you hate to see it, but yeah, okay. We're turning south now. So that guy definitely had a reaction. That big old buy that we saw on there. There's nothing to scoff at. It kept rejecting. It was at an area where there was a lot of volume that price had pushed away from. So we at least could have taken a little bit of a scalp there. Definitely could have taken a 1-to-1 based on where our stop was. If we use the zone as a stop, we would still be in this, which I don't know if that's good or bad yet. Looks good at the moment. Yeah, yep. There's our take profit. So maybe follow the rules. I don't know. Okay, we're still only at like 11 o'clock right now. Need to move this along. Consolidate. Let's just kind of keep this as a area. Yeah, so I wouldn't look to short until maybe we get up here and see a reaction. Maybe if we get back down here, there's another long opportunity. Right now, there's a lot of volume forming in this area and passive selling that is not getting rewarded. Yeah, so there we go, up to that. Looks like a lack of interest up there, but we've traded that today and not had that work out for us. You can probably hear me gulping like a motherfucker. I'm so scared. Okay, so this is significant. Big volume indicator, but simultaneously a lack of volume on that 5 minute right here. And we're at a key area. Passive selling up here. I'm very tempted to just sell this, but I've been burned before. Let's close this out. Move this over here. We still trade supply and demand. We're still supply and demand traders. A lot of really just consolidating like crazy right now. We're starting to get the motion downwards. It's not pushing up.
Yeah, did you get it all that?
I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it. I got 5 on
Can we
it.
catch a little almost 1-to-1 here from this? This doesn't look like a beautiful zone right here. That's why I didn't draw it out, but if we are going to trade against the trend, maybe we just take something small if it gives us that. But, you know, I wouldn't... I don't know, I say I wouldn't look for a long right here, but if it does come down here and then, like, we bounce, maybe... I mean, look at this right now. It's...
Did you get that thing
Yeah,
all down?
closing that out. Maybe this trend is just too strong. I mean, look how far we are from the... Why did you not... Why did you change your template? Boy, what the hell? We told you to change your template back. Changing your template. What the hell you do that for? Okay. So let's see if... Yeah, bounce or... Not bounce. But that was definitely a little counter trend scalp that we got. Why did we get that? Let's reinforce that. We got big movement up here at a key area of absorption. I assume this is where, you know, we can't look at the 1 hour anymore, but I assume it's around where that bigger first gray box that we drew was. On this situation, you could see a clear volume shelf. It didn't want to trade up there. So those are all reasons to short that. Getting some reaction here and also, you know, with the trend. So I wonder if... I don't think we should just start longing for no reason other than go with the flow, but sometimes just go with the flow, you know? I'm getting big volume down there. And that is pushing up. Let's watch the DOM for a second. These are candles with a lot of trading happening on the 5-minute. And there's thinness on the bottom. So I think if you caught along near the bottom there, you might be in good shape, but I'm not. I don't want to jump in late after taking that trade. Try to trade. Let's try to trade for real now. Let's try to actually not just take every fucking, you know, whim. But you know, down here definitely something to consider. Obviously, it's the bottom, but we did see kind of thinness and a lot of activity happening. Thinness on the DOM. So let's see if they reoffer this or push through it, like they've been pushing through everything else today. But you know, these are both wicks. These are wicks high. Right now they're pushing down. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Maybe something up here. Cracking lows. Come back to the gray box. And a little bit of a bounce there. But I'm not. Let's get down here or let's get up here. Okay, okay. Okay. Am I interested? I don't know how key this area is, but there's volume there. Let's see what happens here. Okay, hang on. We're putting in volume. Putting in passive buy volume right there. 833. Right where that big volume happened. There's low interest in the 5-minute. Let's just try
Yeah, did
this
you
one
get it
out.
all that?
Seems like we can get in for a pretty little risk. So let's see if this happens into something else.
I got 5 on it.
Let's just see. Big passive bid at an area where there was volume.
Did you get that thing all down?
Not quite. This delta profile is turning very red on the bottom. And how much downward movement do we have from that red? A little bit. A little bit. Not a ton. Absorption. We got a turn here. I kind of want to buy this again. It's going down again. There's aggressive buys at 881.50 right here. Not crazy, but aggressive. Pretty aggressive. Let's keep going lower though. What does this pocket mean to you? What does this little pocket mean to you? Another wick. Looks like a lot of bid that turned into, didn't find anything on the other side. What does that mean? I don't know. Maybe it means we'll test that again. Maybe it doesn't. There's absorption again.
Yeah, did you get it all that?
Oh, how do you know this is it, though?
I got 5 on it.
Don't.
I got 5 on it. I got 5 on
I
it.
don't know that there's a lot of runway because there's a lot of. It's heavy volume in here. Pushing with some aggressive buys. Getting stuck there a little bit. Let's see. Let's slow this down a little bit. They were duking it out right there. It's getting close.
Did you
I'm
get
ready
that
to take
thing
that
all
off.
down?
I'll take that off. Getting down there, the absorption, the big red here was not pushing it any lower at that point. Just getting a lot of wicks on the bottom, getting absorption on the bottom. Getting this big boy sticking out. I think that was an aggressive buy. Yeah. No, well, it was actually a passive buy right here. So that passive buy kind of made me a little bricked up. We are at 121. We still have a few hours to go, so let's kick this guy off. Let's see if we get up here. And if not, if we do come back down here, this could be a good rebid opportunity. Right around this bitch. Right. Wrong button. Just not interested until it gets to one of those zones. And there it is, bouncing out of that big whatever that is. You know, not the most beautiful taper. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we get up there again. Definitely some blue on the delta profile. Do you just sell that? Do you just sell that?
Yeah, did you get it all that?
I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it. I got
Do you sell it down there?
on it.
Taper. Unfinished. Just complete. Just heavy on the right side. Nothing on the left at the top. That's exactly what we saw on the bottom when we bought down here. Except for the opposite side. Don't know how I feel about this. Still feels counter trend. Keeping it tight. We have this area down here.
Did you get that thing all down?
Okay. Second counter trend scalp that just worked out. I knew there was an area I wanted to trade. So, good on you, mate, for fucking wait till we got there. Now we're getting some motion to the opposite side. This could just be a with trend bounce. Some absorption, but obviously not a fan. So I'm kind of interested in what's going on here. Actually, let's see if that gets down again to here. Clearly wasn't interested in this. Bless you. Man, I gotta pee. We gotta finish this up. We gotta wrap this up, man. And obviously that's plenty of trading for the day, but and I think we're negative because that was rough. Why did you do that? Yeah, that's what I want to do. Eight trades, yeah. A little much. But profitable trades, profitable P&L. Yeah, we definitely. I mean, day's not over yet, but really at this point, are you still trading? After all that, yeah, we definitely took some. We had to get into the groove. We took it, haven't done this in a while. A little aggressive in the beginning there. Let's just speed this up all the way. This looks like kind of a nice, a nice taper down there. Looks like a decent taper. Let's see if do we come back down there, or are we just going to take off from there? There's a red on the bottom here. That was definitely a key area that we bought. And we could have put our take profit up there where we expected it, another reaction. We're coming back down. They're getting a lot of volume right now. And popping right off that box respectfully. Big trade. Okay, big trade right here. Big shelf right there. I bet it comes back to the box. Yep. What about this? What do we think here? Key area, obviously absorption. There goes the volume. Taper on the delta profile. You don't always see that. Dom looks like a taper. Red on the bottom. Man, do you buy that? Let's see what happens.
Yeah, did you get it all that?
Let's try that
I
out.
got 5 on it.
If this is turning bullish, we're just going to eat through it. But, if it turns, I feel like it turns here, maybe down here, but we're getting some kind of something going on. You're rooting for that red if you're long here, which I am. You're rooting for those passive buyers to hold. It doesn't look
Did you
good
get
on the
that
5
thing
minute
all
though.
down?
Yep. So let's see about a reaction here, but there wasn't the volume down here that there was up here. There wasn't the activity that there was up here. So this could just be completely turning bullish. And maybe we come back up here and it gives us a chance to get in. But yeah, let's see. It's actually getting a reaction right now off of that. That's funny. Look at that big red. Yeah, it didn't last. Okay, we're like at 4 right now. I got to piss like crazy. That was fun though. So, open Microsoft Visual.